Hi, this is Jamey from Stonemeyer Games, and I am here today to talk about my favorite game mechanism in Isle of Skye. I just spent the last 4 days this last weekend at Geekway to the West, which is a big convention in St. Louis, and one of my goals at this convention was to play a lot of games that are new to me. And so in the coming weeks, I'm going to talk a lot about many of those games. I'm not going to rank them. I thought about doing a top 10 list, but really this video series isn't about reviewing games or rating games. But I did want to start with my favorite game that I played, my favorite new to me game that I played at Geekway, and that is Isle of Skye. Isle of Skye is a tile placement game and a bidding game. So every turn you are assigning a value to 3 different tiles, and then you're buying tiles from other players who have also done the same. They've assigned a value to those tiles. And after you've done that, after you've bought a tile from one of the other players, any tiles that are remaining in your tableau, the ones that you put values on, you get to take back and you get to place those in your aisle along with the tile that you bought. And there's a lot to love about this game. It's really a very cleverly put together game. But when I thought about it, there's something that it's kind of a little thing, but I don't think I've talked about catch-up mechanisms in this video series. I'm not even sure it's my favorite mechanism of Isle of Skye, but it's very clever, and since I haven't talked about it, I thought I would. Isle of Skye has a fantastic catch-up mechanism, and it's just a little thing. They do it so well. Basically, I believe you play Isle of Skye in 5 rounds. I played it twice over the weekend, but I played a lot of games. I think it's 5 rounds. And in the first 2 rounds, there's no catch-up mechanism. Everyone's kind of on even ground every round. At the beginning of the 3rd round, players get additional income. So at the beginning of every round, players get some money. And they use that money to assign values to their tiles and buy other tiles. But at the beginning of the 3rd round, the player each player looks at their place on the player track, on the score track, and for every player ahead of them, they gain 1 coin. So if you're in first place, you don't gain any additional income. You have your regular income, but no additional. If you are in last place and you're in, say, a 5-player game, you'll get 4 extra coins. And as the game progresses, as I think there are 2 more rounds, in the second round, I believe it goes up. I can't remember the exact numbers, but like for each round, the number of extra coins you get for each player ahead of you goes up a little bit. I think it maxes out at 3. And I think there maybe are 1 or 2 rounds where it's at 2. Maybe it's just at 2. But that adds up. I mean, that's 2 extra coins for every player ahead of you. Now, games do catch up mechanisms in various ways, but I really like the way that this works because of the way the economy of the game works. You're getting extra coins, which is something that other players might hold against you in another game. But in Isle of Skye, because you're spending those coins and you're giving them to other players for the tiles that they've put out there, it's a good thing. So it actually gives other players permission to charge a little more for their tiles in the hopes that someone will still buy them for a hefty fee because there's more money on the table for the players that are in last place and who really need those tiles, which I just think is a very, very clever balancing mechanism of giving those players in last place or in second to last place the chance to at least buy a tile that is really key to their strategy and will help them catch up a little bit. But it's while respecting the smart decisions that the leading players have made and still letting them be the leading players. I just think that's very clever. I'd love to hear what you think about your favorite catch-up mechanism in a game. Or maybe, I don't like the bemoan games, but this is kind of, most games don't have like a specific catch-up mechanism. They try to stay balanced, which Isle of Skye does as well. But if you have a game that does have a very specific catch-up mechanism, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Thanks.